So I had a psilocybin mushroom trip last night. And that's really what I'm trying to achieve in life, is to access these states of consciousness au naturel, without the use of psychedelics. That's what I'm trying to do. Psilocybin delivers such an immense amount of gratitude and love towards life itself. Because what I realize when I take psilocybin mushrooms is that all that there is reality dancing with itself. And what I refer to as me, when I say I, what I'm referring to is existence, is this aliveness, this presence, this beingness. It's reality. Everything is me. And psilocybin shows me so simply that this is the case. Shows me so simply. It breaks down. It breaks down these limitations. It breaks down these boundaries that I put on myself. Because there is no self, there is only reality interpenetrating itself. There's only reality fapping to itself. There's only God fucking itself up the arse. And you can call yourself God. You can say, I am reality. Which is true, but it's not. There's no self. There's no self. Who you are is reality, but who you are doesn't exist. Like, who you are at the deepest level is reality itself. Is everything. Is existence. But to attach yourself to that idea, to identify with God or reality, is missing the whole point. You see, what's the point of doing that? You know, a dog wouldn't call itself God. It just is, you know? So, psilocybin subaruginosa, psilocybin tubensis, psilocybin mushrooms. So anyway, psilocybin. Fucking, oh mate, it stops you in your tracks and says, just what the fuck are you doing, mate? What the fuck are you doing? And not in a negative way, but in a way that's like, it's just like, just stop. This is reality. You don't need to do anything. Like, because we have these structures within ourselves, and it goes on an unconscious level. We don't even really realize that, but basically, we've got this lens of perception where we just think everything's wrong and we think everything needs to be better, needs to be fixed and put right. And we think things are not good enough. We think we ourselves are not good enough. We think some things in life are inadequate. We think ourself is inadequate when really that's not true. Psilocybin, what it fucking does is it just shows you reality. It shows you life. It shows you, whatever this is. It shows you existence without your interpretation of existence. It shows you the raw reality without your own biases and beliefs about reality. Any belief that you have about reality or life or God or existence is not it. It's not reality or God or existence or life. That's pointless. Why would you do that? What's the point of having a belief about life or existence when it's right here, That's just putting mud on the lens, That's just muddling everything up. Why? It's like people like scientists and religion and all this are questioning, like, what is reality? Is there a God? What is existence? Why is there something rather than nothing when it's staring you right in the fucking face? Like, we can't fucking see it. We're so clouded by our own beliefs. We're so attached to our own beliefs and our ideals about what reality should and shouldn't be, The thing is we don't actually want to know what's true. We don't actually want to know what God is or what reality is or what existence is. We say we do, but it's all just a game. It's all just an ego game to boost our own self-importance, our own limited, separate self that has been constructed. This costume that we wear, that we forget that it's a costume, but we think it's real. It's not. It's a false. It's a bullshit, boy. Yeah, it makes no sense, like, philosophizing about reality and life. Like, trying to find out what reality is through intellect, through the mind. You see, you can't fucking know what's true with the mind. You can't know what's real with the mind. What's real is truth realization is not a state. Enlightenment or awakening is not a state of consciousness or a state of mind. It's that which is beneath your state of mind. It's that which is gives space for a state of mind. It's this, you can't miss it. And yet we do it all the time. You can't miss this shit. because it's so simple, we think that we want more, you know? It seems like, you know, oh, reality is so simple. Let's play a game where I complex it and make believe that there's this really hard struggle where I have to like achieve something and reach this destination of perfection. You know, I have to better myself. I have to right all the wrongs in the world. I have to fix the world, make the world a better place. I have to fix myself. I'm not good enough. The world is not good enough. Things need to happen, and if I don't do them quick enough, I'll feel bad and I'll feel not good enough. And that's all a game, you see. But we don't realize it's a game. Because like with any game, you have the option to be like, you know what? I'm kind of getting bored of this game. I'm going to quit it. And you go off and do something else, right? But we don't have that capacity. We don't have that ability to do that because we think the game that we're playing is not a game. We think it's reality. We think it's real and true. But it's not. It's false. It's fake. And it doesn't exist in reality other than a mental construct. And it's fucked up that we just don't know that. See, I can say that intellectually because I've had experiences. But it's not a permanent shift. You know, with some, you know, like it's not even at the forefront of my mind of feeling like something's wrong or feeling like I'm inadequate. But it's just like some really subtle, low-level kind of constant static in consciousness of just kind of this, you know, subtle like things not right. I've got to be better. I've got to do things. I've got to this kind of sense of wrongness, this sense of inadequacy, this sense of, you know, and it's just part of our conditioning. Yeah, it's strange. It's strange that this is what life wants to do, really, because, you know, you could even say, you know, like, you see, because from this viewpoint, from the viewpoint of the absolute, nothing's wrong, right? And so there's not any wrongness in even believing that there is wrongness, you know. Reality is playing with itself. Reality just wants to, is playing with itself, dancing with itself, whatever. Reality is just interacting with itself, or God is interacting with itself. Existence is interacting with itself. And so even this fucking ego state, where we believe that there's right and wrong and good and bad and adequacy and inadequacy, all that is still just reality playing with itself. Reality has forgotten itself so much so that it suffers. It's fucking strange, but it seems that reality wants to suffer in order to know how fucking good it is to end suffering. It seems like that's what's happening because it seems that it's inevitable that you're going to be enlightened. You're going to fucking know the truth. You're going going to understand that everything's just reality, dancing with itself, and that there is no you in the matter. You're going to fucking realize that. It's inevitable, it seems. You know, whether that takes fucking 20 years or 20,000 fucking lifetimes. It's gonna happen when you die. It seems. I don't know. I can't fucking know. I don't fucking know anything, but I'm just speculating, you know? I'm just throwing ideas out there. I mean, look, I got a fucking book here, Jed McKenna, Spiritual Enlightenment. It says something about that here. Here we go. You'll never achieve spiritual enlightenment. The you that you think of as you is not you. The you that thinks of you as you is not you. There is no you, so who wishes to become enlightened? Who is not enlightened? Who will become enlightened? Who will be enlightened? Enlightenment is your destiny, more certain than sunrise. You cannot fail to achieve enlightenment. Were you told otherwise? Irresistible forces compel you. The universe insists it is not within your power to fail. So, yeah, it seems that, you know, what reality wants to do is to suffer, to then know how fucking good it feels to have that suffering ended. Because suffering is illusory. It doesn't actually exist. It's not real. It's false. It's not true. I don't know about that. I don't know. How can suffering not be real? How can suffering not be real? I don't fucking know. Like, suffering is real. It seems. But the thing is that it's the reasons why you suffer is not real. And that's the thing, is that you only suffer because you believe reality to be other than it is. You believe reality to be something that it isn't. The only reason you suffer is because you're imposing your beliefs about reality onto reality, when reality requires no beliefs. It is already itself. Yeah, we suffer because we've learnt, we've learned things that is not true. right? The end of suffering or enlightenment, whatever bullshit word you want to dub to this natural state, is it is unlearning what's untrue. It's not about learning anything. You don't need to know anything. You don't need to know anything. In this conditioning, this kind of collective dream state of society or culture, we value knowledge so much. We're addicted to it. We think if I can just get knowledgeable, I'll be fucking good. You know, if I can just learn, I'll be fucking good. You know, if I can be a scientist or a doctor or a philosopher or a psychologist, or if I can learn to improve my social skills with, you know, knowledge, reading self-help books, all this kind of shit is not, you're not going to derive any genuine happiness out of it. That's what I'm saying. Is that I'm not saying don't fucking do that. You know, it's you know, life is here to be enjoyed. Reality is here to play with itself, right? It's a fucking dance. It's a fucking game to play. And so learning about self-help so you can be more sociable or make a business is, you know, if that's what you enjoy, then go fucking do it. Or if you want to learn about psychology or read philosophy or learn scientific methods, you know, do that, but it's not going to make you happy in the most genuine sense of the word. You know, a happiness that transcends duality, a happiness that is non-dual, not a happiness that has the opposite of sadness. This is a happiness that cannot be shook. A stable happiness, peace. You know, and we're all looking for it. We're all looking for it. But the most direct way is to find out who you are. Is to find out what any of the fuck this is. What is this? To find out what's true. Right? Because falseness hurts. Falseness can never bring you true happiness. You know? And we're all perceiving reality in a way that doesn't exist. We're all perceiving reality through our own lens of perception, which is dirty as fuck. It's got too many layers of conditioning on it. Like so many, like more than you can fucking imagine. Like you'd be like, oh, so I've just got to, you know, like cleanse my lens of perception by scrubbing off that dirt that is like my social conditioning and that. Like, I mean, yeah, there is really only social conditioning. Like, but when you think of social conditioning, it goes deeper than that. Like you've been conditioned to believe that you're a separate self. You've been conditioned to believe that this body is you or that it's yours. You've been conditioned to believe that who you are is a separate entity, and who you are is who you are is this kind of entity that's in the head, behind the eyes, looking out of the world, when simply that's just not the case as a matter of direct experience. You see, we're fabricating a whole lot of shit that isn't there. like for instance, your body is no more than a bunch of sensations that have no location. Yet you think that sensations are, it's fucking hard to explain, but what the fuck? And then this becomes another fucking thing, right? Because you realize this, right? You realize that, right, so I'm perceiving life in a way that doesn't exist, which is causing me to suffer. I need to fucking change that. Enlightenment, spirituality, this is the pursuit I need to take, yes. But this becomes yet another thing in dualism. This becomes yet another purpose and meaning and journey that you feel like you have to take. And it's riddled with good and bad, right and wrong, and good enoughness and not good enoughness, which is missing the fucking point. Because, like, it's like I've just got to get this enlightenment thing done. And if I can't get it done, then fuck. Which, you see, it's paradoxical. Like in the book. It says, there is no path to enlightenment. It lies in all directions at all times. On the journey to enlightenment, you create and destroy your own path with every step. See, enlightenment is closer than your skin, more immediate than your next breath, and forever beyond your reach. The paradox is that there is no paradox. It need not be sought because it cannot be found, you see. It cannot be found because it cannot be lost. It cannot be lost because it is not other than that which seeks.